I'm Nicole Brown. I'm the director of the 911 Communication Center in Northwest New Mexico that serves San Juan County, so Farmington, Aztec, Bloomfield, and the county. So dispatchers typically on the job are exposed to almost an emotional roller coaster every day. So people don't call 911 when they're having a good day, and we are expected to help them through their crisis and send them the appropriate help, right? And help mitigate their situation until someone arrives physically on the scene. So you can take a call where you're, giving CPR instructions or bleeding control instructions, and it's very heavy and very involved. And you hang up that phone, the phone's still ringing, you pick up the next phone, and it's someone who wants to report a shoplifter. So it's just going on that roller coaster and being ready to go on that roller coaster and be professional and treat every caller like they're your family member and you're helping them the best that they can. So burnout is very real for 911 dispatchers. I've experienced it personally. It is that accumulation of that stress. So you're, constantly having to be flexible for all the different calls that are going through. And it's really rare that you get the downtime after a large incident to deal with that emotionally and mentally. And so you just kind of have to move on to the next thing. And for dispatchers, it's really rare to have the resolution of whatever that call was, because you've moved on, and the first responders that responded to the scene, they get to see kind of the whole picture and how things started and how they ended, and it doesn't always get told back to us because we've moved on to the other calls. I've seen burnout end a lot of careers. I've had great people that I've worked with that couldn't find their way out of burnout in a healthy way, and so then they've kind of destructed their own careers. They've taken action like getting a DWI or violating FBI policies and things like that they no longer can ever work in the field, and which is such a disservice to the community because they're really great at what they do and supporting the community. So I think that burnout is a danger for 911 dispatchers that everyone has to be aware of and understand better and talk about more, and finding healthy ways to get out of that situation. So what I've really been encouraged about with Myomnia is the focus on prevention and on resiliency and that post-traumatic growth, not necessarily disorder or injury. I think that all of this stuff that we've talked about, the burnout and just kind of the emotional roller coaster that 911 operators go on, is things that we can manage and we can work through. But it's hard to do it alone, and it's hard when you don't know what tools to use. So Myomnia is really a great way to have professionals who do this more often than we do and can give us the right tools, help us get towards that resilient and kind of prevention aspect of things, and make sure that our people make it to retirement.